Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beat the Market. I'm back with another episode. And today we are going to talk about a very, very important company. I think this company is a leader in digital media space. I think very dominant position. Who doesn't know about the Photoshop and Acrobat, the PDF files? I think this tool has penetrated so much in different digital content creators, organization, and as well as universities. I believe the world is becoming digitalized and it's undergoing digital revolution, and it's going to be continued. And more especially, people have learned a lot during this pandemic, and there has been a lot of digitalization of different businesses, learning programs, teaching, e-commerce, and as the world becomes more digitalized, there's immense need of digital content creation, and that's where this company comes into play. And the name of this company is Adobe. I think it's a very well-known company among digital content creators, universities, and different organizations. I think their products are widely used, and due to digitalization, I think this company is poised to grow. This company provides products which help its customers in digital content creation, creating marketing campaign, advertising, publishing. So let's have a look of Adobe's business model and some of their products. There are primarily three businesses. One is digital media, where they are very strong leader, and this includes print, digital, and videos. The second one is digital experience cloud, and the third one is the publishing segment. So on the digital media, they have two businesses, Creative Cloud and Document Cloud. Under Creative Cloud, they do all the digital content creation, some of tools, Photoshop, Premiere, Illustrator, InDesign, After Effects, Fireworks, and so on. And the second one is Document Cloud, which everybody knows about, PDF creation. This includes centralized online file sharing and contract signing solutions. And some of their customers in this space in digital media are content creators, web application developers, digital media professionals, writers, videographers, and photographers. So huge customer base here. And the second one is Digital Experience Cloud. They have expanded into this business. This is actually a good move from Adobe, because they can cross-sell their products between Creative Cloud and Digital Experience Cloud. So basically, they have advertising cloud, analytic clouds, marketing cloud, Magento Commerce Cloud. This includes marketing analytics, campaign management, customer engagement, advertising platform, and commerce on a single platform. This provides analysis of performance of digital marketing initiatives, empower organizations to make informed decisions, and try to ensure success of their online marketing programs. They have made a lot of acquisitions to expand their digital experience cloud. One is in 2009, they had acquired Omniture for 1.8 billion US dollars, a web analytic platform. And then they have another acquisitions, Neoplane, TubeMogul, Magento, and Marketo in different years. And this is to strengthen their digital experience cloud. So key customers in this segment are all the digital marketers, advertisers, publishers, web analysts, marketing officers, and revenue officers. So this is another businesses. And third one is publishing segment, which is kind of a small business. It's useful to professional graphics and content publishers, original equipment makers, printers, and other output services. You can also see all these services on their website also. This is Creative Cloud, basically creativity and design. So Creative Cloud plans, there are different plans for photographers, students, and teachers, small to medium businesses, enterprise, schools, and universities. And this is Document Cloud. Everybody know about PDF file. So they create centralized document sharing, e-signatures, and the last one, which is digital experience, creating marketing campaigns, commerce, web analytics, all those are under digital experience. So you can see that Adobe provide very comprehensive tools for digital content creations, or digital marketing, as well as publishing. But their strength is digital content creation. That's where they have very deep penetration in different organizations, universities, individual digital content creators. So let's have your latest earning reports and future guidance and see what holds for this company. So you can see the total revenue for last quarter was 3.9 billion US dollars, which is 26% up year over year and 14% from previous quarter. The majority of this goes to digital media, 2.9 billion US dollars, 32% up year over year, with annual recurring rate increased to 10.7 billion US dollars. Out of this, Creative Cloud 2.4 billion, Document Cloud is 480 million US dollars, and Digital Experience is 934 million US dollars. And all the segments, there has been increase. And I mentioned the publishing is very small part of their revenue. So for second quarter, they are expecting 3.72 billion US dollars, expecting growth of 21% from digital media, 18% from digital experience, with the non-GAAP earning of $2.81 per share. And for the fiscal year 2021, the total revenue expected is 15.54 billion US dollars. And with the 22% growth in digital media and 20% growth in digital experience, with the non-GAAP earning of $11.8 per share. Expected compound annual growth rate of 15% through 2025. So that's pretty good. So Adobe is a very strong company, and it's very strong in digital media content creation. It's very dominant in Creative Cloud, and they have wide moat. Wide moat means they hold such a dominant position that their customers, the switching costs are very high. Adobe products has penetrated so much in different organizations with the digital content creators and schools and universities that their platform is used by everybody, and everything is stored on those platform, and it's very difficult to switch to different vendors. So they should keep this position for a long time, as well as since everybody is using it, there's a networking effect. So networking effect is when somebody in organization is using it, and then everybody has to learn it, and that's networking. So they have very strong networking effect. So another advantage is they are very dominant in Creative Cloud. So they have cross-selling opportunities with digital experience. There's a total addressable market of 147 billion US dollars. Adobe has a lot of opportunities in that space. Last but not the least, Adobe is in very strong financial position. They have a very strong balance sheet with 6 billion US dollars in cash, with the debt is around 4 billion US dollars. They have very strong balance sheet, and but that means they can reinvest that money in growth, acquiring other companies, as well as buyback shares. So no business is without risks. I think Adobe has the majority of their business comes from Creative Cloud, and any company making inroad into that business can be an issue for Adobe. But I think right now they have for a long time, very dominant position, and also more than 20% of their business is outside the US, in Europe, and any currency fluctuation can affect your revenue. But I think every business has those kind of issues, and they have been improving their platform both organically as well as through acquisitions. Very solid company. So let's have a look at their stock price and some other technicals and see what's if it's a good buy at this moment. So Adobe is currently trading around $486.56 US. Their 52-week high was $536.88, and you can see it's trading around near fair value. They have been good history of beating their earnings. You can see from many last quarter they have been beating their estimates comprehensively. So that's very good sign. And look at their financials. Strong growth year over year from 2017 to 2020. You can see both growth in revenue as well as earnings. Recommendation is between strong buy and buy, which is nice, and very bullish rating upgrades from different analysts. On the other side, if you look at TipRanks, there are 20 analyst ratings out of 17 are buy and 3 are hold, with average price target of $570 US, with high 650 and lowest 520. So I think Adobe is trading below its fair value. So Adobe is trading around its 50 and 200 days moving average. And you can see it has been consolidating around this price for quite a time. And RSI sits around 47, which is neutral. So we can see that Adobe is trading below its fair value, which is nice. But personally, I would wait for any weakness in the stock market, and I'll put Adobe in my watch list. I think it's a very strong company with very strong business. So leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts about Adobe. What do you think about this company? And thanks for watching this video. And if you like my content coming to you, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a great day.